everybody. Come on in. Happy Wednesday. I'm so excited about tonight. I've been dreaming about these burgers for a while now. So thank you so much for tuning in. As you may have seen or noticed, you are here. We are making delicious sort of low point burgers tonight. And don't get me wrong, I love a good takeaway burger. And a good fast food burger from time to time, but I also love making them myself because I'm really in control of the kind of meat that I'm using, i.e. tonight I've chosen some really lean beef, and I'm gonna load everything up with, I've got some parsley here and onion and garlic and some pickles, and instead of using a bun tonight, we're gonna be using really crunchy, fresh lettuce cups. So in terms of points, right, it all depends, like, if you want cheese as a topping. So, you can manage your point quota completely, which is a nice way to be in control. If you want to use chicken mince, that will be a bit leaner than beef. If you're using veg or tofu, that changes it up as well. But if you're thinking like of a classic sort of really small cheeseburger with no fries, you're looking at something around 15 points, which, is a decent amount to dedicate to something. Like for me, they never really fill me up enough. What I like about this, we're looking all up with some baked sweet potato fries, which I'll show you afterwards as well, and a little bit of cheese, about 8 points for 2 of these. So I've got around 300 grams of mince in front of me. I wouldn't be eating all of that. I'm going to make an extra portion so that I've got leftovers, add that to a bit of meal planning. But yeah, it's you bring the points down a lot, but you still get that delicious sort of burger satisfaction that we love. Ingredients wise, tonight I've got my beef mince. I'm going to be using 1 egg to bind it together. I've got some pickles, which I have chopped up, like finely diced, which I'm going to throw into the mince as well. What I love is that, I've chosen lean beef mince, again, with a lot of restaurant burgers or takeaway burgers, in order to get that sort of flavor that is designed to keep you coming back. There's really often a higher fat content. Diced pickles. I am a pickle fan. I've got pickles, but you could use Cornichon. So I'm actually going to put that directly in my beef mince. I also have pickles to put on top of my burger, but that's just me. I'm a pickle girl. If you don't like pickles, that's fine. I've got some finely diced onion and some garlic as well. And I have got some chopped parsley, 1 egg, and then also in this mixture, I'm going to be adding salt and pepper. And if you like spice, you could add a little bit of chili flakes. I might do that too. And then in terms of toppings, okay, so I'm quite classic with my toppings. I've got some fresh tomato. I've got some fresh thinly sliced red onion. I've got more pickles over there. I can see Joanne, you're not into pickles. That's absolutely fine. I've got 2 slices of light cheese, okay? I'm going to actually slice them in half and use just half. Ivan, I love pickles too. I'm glad you do. I'm going to use half a slice on each, again, to bring the points down, because that's quite a large slice just for 1 burger, right? Really need a little bit of cheese on it. And then, of course, our little sort of lettuce cups. You can use iceberg lettuce. I'm using baby gem, so I'll probably have to use more than 2 leaves to kind of get my burgers in there in the way that I want. But those are my toppings, sorry. And I do have some baked sweet potato fries on the go. You could do that with celeriac. You could use parsnips. You could use regular potatoes. Just the process of baking them and using that calorie control spray, a little bit of salt and pepper, makes a huge difference to the points value as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I'm going to mix the burgers together. And then before I fry them, I'm going to show you how I would. So I've already got some fries happening in the oven, so I'll show you the final product at the end, but I'll show you how I prep my sweet potato to get them into really not long, like, ultimately fry-like pieces, but without having those sort of deep fried fries. So mince, okay? Now, if you want, you can take, if you wear rings, you can take your rings off, because they sometimes get beefy. I'll leave them on for now. So I've got about 350 grams of very lean beef mince here, and in this I have 1 very finely chopped onion and about 2 or 3 cloves of chopped up garlic. So I'm going to go in on that. Now, if you don't like onions, doesn't matter. You don't have to use them, right? We're building flavor. You could use oregano, you could use some dried oregano, you could use all sorts of dried herbs to kind of get that flavor into your beef, whatever works for you. And I like the idea of using a little bit of beef and then really kind of bulking it out with onion, with the parsley, with the pickles, with the eggs. So we get to a really nice place with it. So I've done my beef, I've got the onion in there, a little bit of garlic was with my onion already. And now I'm going in with quite a lot of parsley. I like it, and I love to use the stalk as well. If you finely chop the parsley stalk, it adds really nice texture, a little bit of, you know, sort of grit to the burger. So I definitely vote for adding in parsley. Use the whole thing, right? Don't waste any bit of your parsley. And then I'm going to go in with, I've got a couple of chopped diced up pickles. Love, love, love pickles. Okay, I know that they appear to be a polarizing ingredient tonight, so don't worry if you don't. And then I love to add a good dollop of Dijon mustard. You could use whole grain. That's absolutely fine. I'm voting for the Dijon. This to me just gives it a really nice, almost like a little bit of creaminess and a nice kick. Okay, Dijon's got a good kick to it, which I like. Samantha, yes to pickles with extra pickles. I love it. Okay, so I've done mince, I've done onion, I've got garlic, I've got chopped up parsley, I've got diced pickles. I'm going to go in with a pretty decent amount of salt, okay, because the burgers can definitely use it. And then I'm going to go in with some black pepper, get my sleeves up, get ready to start working this. I think using your hands is good because ultimately you want to roll them with your hands anyway. So you may as well get your hands dirty and mix with your hands as well. So salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to crack an egg in there. Easy as. You know what? I've decided I'm going to add, I just saw some chili flakes staring over at me, and I thought, you know what? Why not? I'm going to add a little bit of chili. Okay, so that already, okay, is looking really wholesome. So look at that. There's already, like, I know we haven't even mixed it yet, but you can look at that and you know there's good flavor in those burgers, right? And that is lean, it's loaded with 0 point ingredients and so much flavor. Okay, so are we ready? I'm left-handed and most of my rings are on my left hand. So let's do it. Okay, you really want to make sure everything is well mixed. Okay, so you're almost really kind of squelching those burgers together. Now I added 1 egg, and I think 1 egg should be enough. But if I kind of take a look and I feel like they could use a little more binding assistance, I could always go in and add more, but I don't think so. But you want to give this step a little bit of time, you know, so that everything, all those flavors are really well mixed together. So, okay, so these are our burgers done. I am going to throw a couple of these patties on there. Okay, so let's start. And you can hear that nice little sizzle. I'm gonna push it down a little as it goes on. And let's see, maybe it needs a little bit longer than 90 seconds on each side. Maybe it needs a couple of minutes. Let's start with that and see. Of course, if you like your meat well done, go for it and definitely put it on for longer. And make sure that, you know, they're connected to the heat. They're not, you know, they're not overcrowded, and just let the heat do its thing. So, like I said, I've got my lettuce, which is going to be my bun, and I've got some tomato, and I've got some onion, and I've got some pickles. Sides are completely up to you guys, whatever you want to use. I'm just going to set these aside, looking good. Yum. Okay, so burgers are nicely charred on the outside, but nice and rare on the inside, which is exactly how I like them. So I'm gonna take a couple, because these are kind of small, you might want to double up. And if you're using iceberg lettuce, of course, you can kind of cut the lettuce cups to the exact shape that you need them to be. But I'm kind of going to double up on 2. I'm going to take one of my burgers and put that right in the center. Okay, so that's becoming my bun, right? And then I can go ahead and put my toppings on. So I'm just going to use half a piece of cheese. Okay. And it might get a nice, a little bit melted, but the burger is still hot, which is exactly what we want. And I'm gonna get my tomato on there, okay? And I like to salt my tomatoes because I feel like they always need a little bit of salt, okay? A little bit of pickle. And of course, I'm gonna have more than one of these, right? But the burgers, the patties were quite small, so I'm just gonna make this little one for now. And then I'm going to put some sauce, okay, on my sort of closing pieces. So I've got some classic mild American mustard, which I love, and I'll do a little drizzle of that. And then keeping it really simple, okay, a little bit of ketchup. That is it. And then I close it up, and look what you got, this perfect little burger wrap bun. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. That is so good. Delicious, homemade beef burgers, loaded with good ingredients, loaded with 0-point ingredients. I've got cheese. The flavor is so delicious in there. And so simple, like, and that crunch from the lettuce, it's so satisfying. It gives you the exact same kind of satisfaction that you would get from a bun. And of course, a little handful of my sweet potato fries. So that, guys, is an awesome burger, okay? And to me, that's more filling and satisfying than having just one small regular, takeaway burger.